About a 5-mile-an-hour wind to the southwest, and we are indeed underway. The first pitch misses, maybe a little, rather than just a good practice for baseball players. And he lifts this one out to right. Going back is Su-Yi Shu, and he'll make the grab, one away. Manager of this team when they won the Little League World Series in 2021, and a line drive out to center field. Coming in, making the catch is Pin Chun.
This area where they win this game and their slugger doesn't come up big. He was the star on the team that won the Little League World Series a couple years ago.
2-1. Line drive out to right field. Shu is there to make the grab. Dick, a lot of hits this week, and they'll be trying to get him off of.
Allowed this week by Michigan.
Leading it off is the shortstop, Chung on. And the 3-1 to Pong. That misses high, and it will be a leadoff walk for Chinese Taipei here.
Shocked if we didn't see some sort of base
against Curacao in the international championship game. Gets the bunt down here up the third base line, fielded well. Surma's only plays to first.
Just take your time and play catch, and as we said, Chinese Taipei.
Jen Yu Liu will take a curveball inside, blocked back there by Cam Thorning.
Age for these kids from Taylor, obviously a team that's not cheering them on, and I'm sure there's some butterflies going on with Mr. Farnar.
No question about it. His point, well known that maybe not too pleased.
That's right.
Here's Poach that went over 300 feet over the right field wall. And a curveball blocked outside, taken off down to third. Pong throw down, not in time. Games they have played, but that's it. 9 runs total. Center field going back is Furcus. It's over his head. Thorning running Liu back, and the tag applied. Caught him between third and home.
Cost Taipei a run.
Smart Junior League World Series. And he lifts this one high, but shallow. Could be trouble out in left field. Boyke coming in, able to 1-0 in the Junior League World Series title game. All right, Juan, the manager for Chinese Taipei, and it's always those little stories that you're interested in hearing about, and
making memories. All these things are represented so well.
In the hole 0-2 as Huang deals, and a curveball hit on the ground towards short. Charging in is Pong, up with it, scooped up at first.
Play aggressively downhill and trust his hands like that. Pong is a...
And then he pitched another gem to back it up last night. 0 for 6 at the plate, though, this week. Takes outside, 2-0.
Yeah, it's another one of those.
3 runs batted in the championship game, and 5 hits.
Adults in anything, that always turns into a good time.
Fun for Furcus, maybe not so fun for manager Rick Thorning. By Dalton Gravel, the catcher for South Carolina. Ethan Van Bell over towards third on one hop. Hao-En Chung with a throw across the dot scene. Chinese Taipei coming to the plate with a 1-0 lead. Junior League World Series title game between Michigan and Chinese Taipei. Chris Burke, Sam Ravitch on hand with you here as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Good week this week for Hao-En Chung. 13, a couple of extra games here. 2 more than Michigan has played. And a called strike 3 there. 14 years old, 5'6".
2-strike breaking ball that you can throw.
Got him with a changeup there, though. Back-to-back on center field today. Favorite athlete, Bryce Harper. Curveball placed in, gets the strike call here. One. And a breaking pitch popped up on the infield over towards third. LaForest will squeeze it in the ones in the title game. Gavin was on the mound, Berkey, when this team
to wear one there.
He'll choke up here as Huang deals the 0-2, swing and a miss.
That is a tough pitch to handle at this age. Approach is going to work against Chinese Taipei. Ultimately, you're going to have to hold them to probably 3 runs or less and figure out absolutely mash. They're not going to give you much.
Right. For Po Chung Woo, he's standing up now. Now back in the crouch, and a swing and a miss. I mean, it's something that you don't see.
The mobility and the animated style in which he plays the game is a lot of fun to watch.
Hit of the Junior League World Series last night against South Carolina. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Jisoo
through your trunk, specifically your hips, whenever you're
patting his torso as well. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and yeah, he's Little League. Just outside of. He's had a great week this week, 5 for 7 with 4 singles, 2. The lesson learned in practice and then applying it directly to the game. Takes ball 4 there, and the leadoff runner aboard for the second time.
And we all know that when Taipei.
So Lin is on first, Si-Wen Wong the batter, and he pops a bunt foul. Back a little bit more at the major league level this year, I think, with the new
time, and exactly. Certainly in the college game, we see the bunt game used.
Surma throw high to first before different players with one of those 12. 2 with a pair of singles and an RBI. Just not getting the top of the zone today.
Handling the frustration of that, but you know, one thing I like to tell is now there have been a couple pitches that were just missed. Some of them, at the end of the day, one thing I will say is it's been consistently.
But he's got to deal with it. Both teams. Hello center field. Outfield was playing back in a sliding catch by Furcus. He was playing up.
Look, if you get that much range, you can afford to play deep.
Chinese Taipei.
Yankees play these days, but you know, it's still got Aaron Judge, I guess.
He gets a called strike. Yuan-Chi Sai will dig back in 1-1. In the field, Furcus coming in. And that will retire the side here in the 3rd title game. Trek over 11,500 miles, Berkey.
22 strikes, just filling up the zone with quality stuff.
Jackson Schufelt, the youngest player on this team. He turned 3rd with his dad. Putting up tree stands, looking for antler sheds. Scouting out the best hunting. The fastball out to left. And it'll be caught by Sai, 1 away.
Boy, that is now 3.
Grooved by Earth, Wind, and Fire as a walk.
Wasted pitch.
Now on the corner, maybe that was the reason to just come. Lucas, the son of Corey Farner. You know, my parents were always around driving us to and from practice. This one flied out to right field. Ranging back is Shu, and he makes the grab onto the warning track for the final out of the inning. Innings for Jisoo Hwang, and he's only thrown 42 pitches. And he switches spots with Ethan Van Bell, who goes back behind the plate and catches.
Athletic enough to do that. Van Bell versatile enough to go behind the plate.
Yu Xiang Wong chops one to 3rd. Fair ball and a strong throw. Fernando Rivera, the best to ever do it.
I was like, I had no idea he had a sinker like that.
That he had, you know, those pitches you were just talking about, Berkey, just nobody could hit him. This one hits Pong on the back.
Like a Lidge or Jose Val.
See Shu will be. They scored their lone run back around a couple of walks. And the throw gets away here at first base. Staying there will be Pong. I know he led Major League Baseball in hits for like 5. Runner was taken off, hit the other way. Surma has it. And he'll throw out Shu at first. Up to second base goes Pong here today. Jun-Yu Liu will come to the plate.
You are explosive.
That one dumped into left, waving around Pong. Here's the play at the plate. Once they get one hit, you can start to see the trains.
Right, and just because you're behind the count, you need to get out of that.
Pinched up the middle for Michigan. Deep left field going back at the wall. Furcus, Ho Chung Woo, a championship game.
Sam, Ben just feels like an opportunity that you just.
But yeah, considering the situation there, but Maybe a mistake. It was left. Fly ball over towards first. Max LaForest will camp under it. And Wu does this, Berkey. And this one hit on the ground, back up the middle, backhand stop by Wong, throw to first, not in time.
But you've seen what Wu has done in this.
Jisoo Huang with a curveball, misses outside to even at one.
Staying on the outside part of the plate against.
Boyke not taking off in the pitch, hit back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Boyke up to. First pitch on the way for Huang is a fastball that misses high. Jackson certainly get from a coach, Berkey. His coaches said that to a board with nobody out in the top of the fifth. Here's the 1-2 pitch and a curveball hit the other way. Snagged by the pitcher. Short, Pang, back to first. In time, a double play.
To finish that one off. And boy, after all.
And you got to imagine, Berkey, with the score where it's at. High chopper back towards short on 2 hops. Pong to first in time. Chinese Taipei, a 1-6-3 double play. Gets new pitcher on the mound will be Cole Boyke. Things off. He struck out in his first at bat, and he shoots one out to shallow right. Going back, the second baseman Gavin Yulin won't have a play.
Trying to finish that play off, fighting the sun, fighting as to make that play.
Just the batter and. Try to keep an eye on the fit. All of the Major League Baseball players that have ever played a game, you could fit them in full. So that just kind of goes to show you how difficult it is to make it at the next level.
I get it. You know, these kids, he should go with this at bat now that he's up 2-0 count.
Ball scoots away from Van Bell back there. Both runners will take a base.
Week here with another big swing of the bat.
And he lifts this. Furcus now coming in. And he makes the catch. Test Chung. Throw is cut off. And a long. Runner on second is Wong. Yuchien Lin watches ball 4. Second walk of the inning for China.
That you see from the Asia Pacific teams always has a way of taking the air out of the building. They just don't give you anything.
Strikeout there. Went 4 innings. Didn't allow a run. Coaches say he's got a great off-speed pitch as well. And this time at the plate, he lines one into left field. Wong is trying to come in to score. The throw cut off. It's gets the bunt down.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and this is placed perfectly. Bases will be loaded. Juice for Yu Xiang Wong.
But
they're popped up on the infield. First baseman LaForest trying to find it, and he makes the catch in foul ground. Bases loaded, but 2 more come across for Chinese Taipei for the 6th inning. And they will have 6, 7, and 8 due up in their lineup. Ethan Van Bell, Gavin. Off the bat of Van Bell, ranging over his center fielder. Chun makes the grab on the move. Gavin had to deal with an arm injury, and he says if he won the lottery that he would buy real estate. Real estate in the outfield here, and not going to get any. Outside of that one out there to right field. That
as the young people like to look these days.
Here's a line drive out to right, and right at Shu. Coming back to the plate with a 6-run lead in the title game. Junior.
As if they have any shot, they need to keep them right where it is. There's that big breaking ball.
Surma picks it up at third, throw to first to get Pong.
On that pitch it's hard to land in the strike zone.
Back to short.
Until the Michigan team wasn't too happy about how late that time was granted.
Taoyuan Little League. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Cam Thorning works a 1-2-3. Only needs 9 pitches to get through the.
Now they have Oreo Blizzard. That is my goal.
EQ needs to get into the Dippin' Dots game.
Uh-oh.
No? Last at bat. Jackson, we mentioned a big hunt.
A lot more good swings than the scoreboard would indicate. Wow. Been able to enjoy a ball game that.
And he's got 2 outs to play with here.
Breaking ball either on the edge or just off it.
Field. Second baseman Wong is under it, and Michigan down to their final out. Here,
probably be a double against most outfields, but
that'll do it. Liner to shortstop, 75 pitches. Wins their 9th Junior League World Series title.
it's a
bracket and win 5 straight games to claim their 9th Junior League World Series.